Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're watching this. This is my blog for March 23rd, and yes, I'm posting it pretty late. But bear with me, it's been a crazy few weeks. I want to start off with saying that Google came to Carolina Springs Middle School, and it was awesome. So, long story short, way back in the fall, we learned about Google Expeditions, which is a fantastic virtual reality app by Google that allows kids through an iPad or through their phone using goggles, cardboard, whatever you want to call it, to experience virtual reality. So they can go to the pyramids of Egypt and experience the pyramids. They can explore the ancient Aztec ruins, all sorts of different little trips and things that they can go on in virtual reality. But Google has a new app coming out that is augmented reality. So virtual reality is where you are encased in the digital world. Augmented reality is where the digital world is projected in front of you through a device. So on your phone or an iPad or something like that, through the screen, you would see an object. So that could be a beating heart, that could be a plant cell, that could be an airplane that you can then, using your device, walk around 360 degrees. Or the coolest part about Google Expeditions AR is that you can actually go inside of that airplane or that cell, which was very, very cool. So back in the fall, I'd signed up. I'd found out about the pilot program, and so I signed up very, very early. Probably one of the first people to sign up. Never heard anything. Time goes by. February rolls around, and my counterparts at the other DLP schools all started getting notified that they were chosen, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, I was the first one. Why was I not picked? I'm kind of confused. And then I find out another school where the friend that a friend works at was also picked, and I'm like, what in the world? So I kind of given up hope. Figured I'd go to these other schools, see how cool it is, experience it that way. Whatever. A little salty, but whatever. Then Monday, March 19th. Monday, March 19th at 4:50 p.m. I get home and I get an email that pops up on my phone from the Google Pioneer Expeditions program that said that we were selected. And the dates that they gave me were Friday the 23rd or Friday the 30th. And the 30th wouldn't work out too well for us because that was the day before spring break and we had a lot of things going on. But the 23rd would work. But I only had just, a couple of hours to turn around. So very excitedly, I kind of glanced through the email, and then I called Bryce, I called Leah, and tried to figure out the best way possible to get them there on the 23rd. So, all said and done, everybody agreed, let's do this. It was going to be a little bit of a headache because we had another school district visiting the same day, but we would make it work because when Google selects your school to come out and do something experimental, you don't want to say no, and you want to find a way for as many of your students to experience it as possible, which kind of led to the headache that I had trying to organize it. So, they send you an email, you got all this stuff that you got to figure out, you got to pick your teachers, pick the AR experiences that you want to go to. It's very detailed, if you don't do this, we're not going to be able to do that, and so on and so forth. So I stressed myself out trying to get that figured out, get the paperwork lined up, try to get teachers lined up, and all this kind of stuff, along with trying to help prepare for the other school district coming to visit us. So, anyways, I kind of racked my brains. I'm trying to figure out a way because you could only do 20 sessions, and I was trying to find a way, the best way possible, to get as many of our kids through it as possible because I don't want to leave anybody out. I thought this is going to be a great learning experience, and if at all possible, I would love to have all 800 and something of our kids do that, even though in reality they couldn't. So anyways, I had to rework a schedule quite a few times because some teachers said no. They didn't want to do it because they had already some plans made for Friday, which I can understand. Which at the time kind of ticked me off, but in hindsight, looking back, they had something planned. They knew they were having visitors that day. They didn't want to interrupt their schedule, so I get that. And actually, the way that it did finally work out, I think was the way it was supposed to work out. Which instead of science, I did social studies with a sprinkling of 6th grade science, 6th grade social studies, and 6th grade math. And it was beautiful. Oh my God, it was beautiful. So, the stress and the headaches, like I think I lost more hair, probably even some more gray. I stressed the teachers out who finally were involved, who were going to be involved with it, because really we had no idea what to expect. Didn't have any clue. Read the paperwork, gave them the paperwork, told them about the paperwork. They were copying on all the emails about the paperwork, and still we were just kind of like, argh. But the day of, the gentleman from Google was spectacular. He was fantastic. Very laid back, very easygoing, which was appreciative because the rest of us were just like, oh no, what are we going to do? But the day went by beautifully. The teachers, the teacher training, it opened up their eyes. It was cool. It was so cool to watch them. Some of our seasoned teachers, especially, were just like, with what it could do. And then when the kids came in, the kids were in love with it. For a lot of them, they got to see things they've never seen before. The inside of a cell. The inside of a World War II airplane or a U-boat. It was just really cool, and the kids were so into it. So I really, really do hope that Google releases this app in the very near future for students to use for the public app, because I think our teachers and our kids really did learn from it. I think we could do some really great things with it, given some more time and lesson planning along with it. It could be fantastic. So thank you, Google, very, very much for choosing us. I'm so appreciative for that, and very appreciative to my teachers who were involved in it. I know I stressed them out, and a lot of I don't knows or I'm not sure, but it worked out really, really well. Our teachers, they were awesome. The teaching that was going along, Kelly Cagle, Mark Barrowick, Debbie Carnell, everybody did such an amazing job teaching the content that the kids were seeing. It was magic. It really, really was magic, and couldn't have asked for anything better. This was something really cool and really special. We tweeted it out. We put it up on Facebook. Had to laugh when I put it up on the school Facebook page. A lot of parents were like, "Huh? What's this? What are they doing? I don't get this. Why? Huh? What? Where?" So it was awesome. Oh, it was awesome. I wish we could do it again. I wish we could keep doing it again. It was really cool for the kids to have a Google person here. They were asking him all sorts of questions, which was really neat. The kids were very engaged, not only in the augmented reality, but they were also very engaged in the tech. A lot of the kids wanted to know how it worked, what to do, how do you get a job like this. It really kind of opened the door for a lot of students. So one of the cool things, and I know I'm running long here at almost 9 minutes, but one of the really cool things that one class in particular, who's a wild group of kids, they really are a wild group of kids, kind of off the wall, crazy. A lot of the teachers, kind of just don't know what to do with them. But they were engaged. They were listening. They were doing everything they possibly could do to make sure that they were using the app correctly. They were all about it, and I thought that was really cool. The kids who just hate school, don't want to be here, or just more interested in wreaking havoc than they are actually learning, were learning. We were doing it. We're listening. It was really cool, and at the end of it, they were just like, this was cool. Some of them I asked, I said, would you like to do this again? What do you think? They're like, this is awesome. We want to do it again. We want to do it all the time. So it really did reach a lot of the kids. So So that's my blog post for Google Expeditions Pioneer AR program, and we'll get back to it after spring break. Yeah. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. See how it's filtering?
Yeah.
Good air coming in, bad air staying out.
So that's how a few holes do it.
What do you guys think about using an app like this in class?
Awesome.
Pretty awesome?
Yeah.
And then the back.
Oh, that's a submarine. I thought it was a boat. Hey, I didn't know submarines could be that big.
Go inside the plane, go to the back of it. Okay. Go to the back tail of the plane and go in through that way.
Okay. Go in through the back of the tail.
Not all at once though, it's a small plane.
I can't. David's right here.
You gotta go in.
Oh my gosh, David, move over.
You gotta go in from the back.
Oh my god, this is so cool.
It's just an airplane, not a baby. Babies aren't even like cute.
Hey, it's not working now. Oh my god, the camera quality.
You made it disappear.
Eukaryotic, but the cells found within plants are needed to perform different functions. Plant cells are usually large.
Historians agree that Da Vinci's idea for a self-propelling knight is the first invention of a humanoid robot in history. It was designed in 1495, but the sketches weren't found until 1950. Okay, play with your robot.
Okay, wait, dude, can you like make it move? Like, touch it. Go up really high. I'm saying if you're grounded or not. Okay? Like, try to go up to it.
It's close, Josh. Look, my hand won't.
Wait, maybe I'll line up the corners of that.
Back up a little bit.
There you go.
Oh!
does shoot.
It does?
Yep.
Oh,
And then the closer you move to it, the more detail you can see of it.
This is the most awesomest thing I've ever done.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
Awesomest could be a word. I like that word.
It
Well,
is.
it's a